I can play with that one.
Dude, you want to see the sticks I'm using right now? Hold on.
You're a punk drummer, so they're going to be tore up.
First off.
We're mobile. Here we go.
We're going mobile.
Oh my Lord.
We're going mobile just because it's worth it.
Everyone, bear with us. Here we go. We're going down the boom room rabbit hole.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. So
nice.
I got these jammies today.
Yeah.
I'm playing with these sucker MCs, and these are the Eric Singer signature Zildjian models.
Okay.
And I always ask them, did they make these for men?
Wait, what size are those?
So short. They're so short.
Yeah, the little midget ones. Hello, Dallas, Fort Worth, or I should say world. This is Rick with Concert Connection, sponsored by PMC Entertainment. And while we are still on restriction for being hoodlums, this week I brought in for a slight chat would be none other than Tiny. How are you, sir?
Hello. Please forgive me if you hear too much noise in the background. Like right around this time is when every other drummer gets into the area, so it's a little noisy.
We're drummers. They're used to us being noisy, so nobody will even bat an eyelash.
Yeah, exactly.
How have you been?
Good, dude. Been good. Just been like everybody else. Just been kind of like going, okay, what the hell's going on? When are we going to unlock? When are we going to relock? What's locked? What's not? But I don't know that. I honestly don't think that much has changed in terms of my daily, because I just come here to the studio all the time.
That's nice.
You know,
that's nice.
It's kind of cool. I've been kind of locked myself down in here for the last couple of years anyway.
And what's brilliant is, and I love your daily feeds. You know, and we'll talk about some of your rants.
Yeah.
I love the fact that you're in the room and you're playing a lot and you're videotaping it. And you're also giving lessons, correct?
Yeah, I have 4 students right now. I used to have about 10, 12 students.
Yeah.
I was even doing lessons like when I was on the road with Doyle. I was doing lessons on my freaking iPad in the back on FaceTime in like 2015.
Yeah.
So as much as I can keep up with it, I do. But it gets hard to bounce around some of my own personal things that I'm doing, and because I feel like I'm in school all the time. I really do. I'm learning, computer-based music, and I'm learning computers and microphones and microphone techniques and all the interfaces and all this kind of stuff. So it is definitely hard for me to be a guy that's like, hey, I can work a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 8 hours teaching. I do appreciate the guys that do that. But right now I'm just devoting so much time to myself.
And you know what? Now that is a great point, because as we all know, we're all on restriction because we were bad for something. I'm not sure which one I'm caught for.
Right.
Yeah, I'm always doing something. But a lot of people are struggling with the emotional trauma of having to amend their lifestyle. And I think that you have to take time for you. As drummers, I think we are some of the most blessed individuals on the planet, because our therapy is really our instrument. I mean, and I know guitarists, bass players, they all say the same thing, but it's not like a drummer. We get to pound it out, and there is some primal release of aggression when we play that I think we got the best deal. Yeah.
Yeah, and luckily, the guys that have rooms are still beating the crap out of stuff and still playing. And we're seeing a lot of guys doing COVID jams and things like that, and drummers that I didn't normally see every week on a video are now videotaping themselves. And I got to tell you, Rick, when this March 16th, 17th. I was like, oh, man, I'm done. Like, this is it. This is really going to happen. I got an email from a friend's management company. He said, hey, man, let me show you this management. Let me show you this management email that goes out.
Yeah.
Hip you to what really happens. And it was pretty comprehensive of the fact that, a lot of folks have been paying attention to this way back because it was going to affect the touring schedule in the coming year.
Oh, yeah.
And it was to be taken very seriously and not to be taken lightly. And there was nothing nothing passing about it. There was going to be no, okay, once the summer hits, we're good. This was all covered in this email, basically from European officials and European tour bookers and all these kinds of people. So once I saw that, and I've toured Europe so many times before, and I've seen the way that they do things, and I see the way they enact the people and the way that they're able to call to action the communities and the country, if you will. And I said, wow, we're going to have some fucking problems here.
Oh, yeah.
I knew right away. I knew right away. And I sat back and I said, oh, I got to get to the studio. And, oh, I got to make sure that I just like hunker down and practice right now. Like, like people sending me messages going, hey, man, you sound better. Like you've been practicing. Dude, I have. I play like 2-3 hours a day now.
That's awesome.
No one's in here rehearsing and recording. I don't have anybody in here anymore.
Wow.
There's no students coming in and out of here. I'm not resetting up different drum kits and putting smaller drum kits for kids and all this kind of stuff. I'm not swapping and woo. That's what I do here on a normal basis every week. I'm a one-man army, dude. I'm just having a small business by myself, trying to make this place run, make a couple grand a month, pay some bills.
Keep the doors open, lights on.
For real.
Yeah.
I never wanted to get rich with this, man. I just wanted to bring others opportunity musically, have a good time here, show other people different types of gear, inspire people to play drums, inspire people to move a different way, listen to different kinds of music, put it on their headphones, play along, put a click to it, videotape yourself. Oh, it looks like shit. Oh, I need to practice. Oh, what's my finger doing? Why is this way? That's what I do. And that's been a great success here. So sitting around lately for the last 4 or 5 months, that's what I've been doing to myself. I just been paying attention to myself and videotaping myself and giving myself lessons and looking at lessons. I got masterclass.com and I started looking at all these actor and comedian things because that's another part of me, you know, as well. Yeah. And I was like, whoa, this is intense. I'm watching the Judd Apatow comedy writing thing. I mean, it's hours and hours and hours of the most successful people telling you how to succeed. So that's kind of what I've been doing. Like I do still give my energy to people and I still want to give lessons and I'm throwing it out there. And yes, of course, call me for lessons, but it's not something that I'm pursuing all full time. Boom, 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 Tiny Bubs lesson guy. I go, whoa, man, I'm refocusing on myself.
That's awesome. And I think that's therapeutic. I think you need it.
It's become because I realized that I let myself go. And you know, it's funny because you started talking about Rick in the pregame. I mean, Vic in the pregame. You're Rick. I'm sorry. In January, I was like, dude, you know what? Just hunker down with your business, dude, and get your shit together and stop giving money to people. Stop giving $20 here, $10 because you don't fucking have it. You don't have it, and you can't give $200 a month away anymore. Like easily. That's what I didn't think. I never even thought about it. And then as it started to get tighter and tighter around the house, I was like, oh man, you know what? Let me just like not do this anymore. And I stopped going to downtown LA because it literally bummed me out for days on end. I would go down and I would do my thing there, and then for 2 or 3 days, I would just drive around like
numb,
look at
stunned,
like oh. So I had to I almost closed off to it, hunkered down, doing the thing, went to the NAMM show, had a great time at the NAMM show, only went for like a day and a half.
Yeah.
Kept it really business and really focusing on getting the room booked and getting people in there to record and getting all this kind of stuff. And I had bands in there, like Bad Flower, you know, big bands would come in and rent the place out for a week, you know, and have the whole place for a week because it was cheaper than, you know, a Mates or Third Encore, another expensive daily rehearsal place. And I actually started making money in here. And then when COVID hit, I was just like, what the hell, man? And like I said, going back, I'm long-winded today. I'm sorry. The second or third day into this, I go, wow. Hunker down, do your thing, get on the EDD like immediately. I don't care what anyone says. I get paid because ain't no one taking care of me back when I friggin' lost my house to an inheritance tax in New York, $190,000 my sister and I paid. Trust me, I'm gonna take my Skrilla while I can get it. Okay.
You have to.
And the thing is that we're all sitting back here just going, what the hell, man? Like, and now I gotta feel bad for it because I am enjoying the fact that I'm watching you all twaz out and figure it out while we get paid. Guess what? That's your cross to bear, not mine.
Do you know when this all went down, people were messaging me like, Rick, are you going to discontinue your show? Haven't missed a single episode. I'm like, no, we already had a contingency in place. Nothing's going to change. I'm going to interview people. What I don't know, we'll figure out. And it's funny because
But why would you like the best topics and the best episodes are real episodes?
And you said something to me a minute ago about being able to give back. And anybody who knows, and I've said it a million times, the reason I started this was to help teach, give a part of myself and my minuscule experiences in the music industry back to local musicians that have never been able to maybe interview or promote and help them. You got that's part of the business if you're going to get out of the garage and just to be able to give back. And I think a lot of people take for granted when you do something for free. They don't appreciate what's going on and they don't realize that there's a business to everything. And don't worry, I'm looking on the backside of everything. Yeah.
Plus, well, those people aren't ever going to fucking do anything anyway. That's the foundation of those people. They're never going to do anything, and so that's fine. They can keep.
But you're going to inspire some young ones, and that's where I get excited.
And that's the truth. I can't tell you how many things that I've done for free that when you Google me now, when you look it up, it looks pro as shit, and you can't even believe that it's there.
That's awesome.
So when you look up Sullen TV, when you look up Sullen Television, you Google Sullen TV Tiny Talk. There's 12 episodes. I wrote, had 8% in doing besides the final editing. And I did it all for free for t-shirts and clothing. Why?
Yeah.
Because as I'm reinventing myself,
yes,
and as I know that I'm already on a path, like when I joined Facebook, I was on a path. I've kind of been doing market research for many years on Facebook.
Have to.
I really have. I really
have to.
And I knew, okay, I'm going to go back to this actor, comedian, talking head thing. Hi, how you doing? Anthony Tiny Biuso here for the NHRA fart contest. Yeah, that's right. Go on in and push one out as brown as you can. Hey, I want to see one stained right through those drawers. I want to see that thing chocolatey, whatever. If I got to do that, that's what I'm going to do, right?
Oh, you should be endorsed by Hershey syrup.
Exactly. So how do I get that going? Well, I'm going to do 12 episodes where I interview people random. I was running up to people at Hollywood Boulevard. I was getting thrown out of Jimmy Kimmel, stuff like doing the random, renegade stuff. But I had a camera crew and I had a nice mic with real equipment. So it looked legit. You know what I mean? And then I dressed myself up like the punk rock guy with the jewelry and so
love it.
just unbelievable, right? And I do my thing and it looks like something. So
it is something.
As I'm out there doing my thing, like that's what I can provide for people. Now they can see it. And so when I hit someone up and I say, hey, if you need interviews or you need this and that, there's a little reel,
Yeah.
And you've got this thing now where you're doing a show and you're creating a foundation for yourself with this.
Man, I am 2 years into this, and every single day I learn something new about myself, about the music industry, the entertainment period.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Are you kidding me? It's greatness.
Yeah.
It's
one of those things. Just put the camera on someone is okay, go. And if people have it in them, you get really cool sparks sometimes.
I look at it like this. You know what? Be real. I pick on myself all the time because I think I do stupid crap and I find it amusing as hell, whether anyone's around or not. So if I find it funny and you do too, hallelujah. If you don't, okay, I still enjoyed it.
And that, you know what? And that's the foundation of America. Different strokes for different folks.
So let's talk about something that you kind of you tugged at my heartstrings, and I really want to share the story. I want to talk, if it's okay, if you're okay with it. I want to talk about Victor.
Yeah.
Tell me his story.
Talking about it earlier, like going back to so I was like, all right, man, you know, like save your dough, dude. What are you doing? Like you're giving all this money away all the time. You know, I'm not a martyr. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but dude, honestly, I don't make a lot of dough. Everything I got's in the room. It just looks good on paper.
Oh,
so
it's phenomenal.
thank you. So as I'm driving, you know, back and forth to the studio, I keep seeing this dude, this gentleman, this black guy, and he's totally swarthy and he's clean and he kind of like, he's tall and he's always got like kind of like an outfit on, you know. And I'm like, what's this guy's deal, you know? And COVID hits, and I was like, wow, this is just going to be like terrible for people.
Yeah,
this is just like unbelievable. It's went from bad to worse. Like in California, I don't know if you've seen any of my posts lately.
Oh yeah.
You know, besides where we make movies, everything else is a friggin' sham. Everything else is a mess right now. It's really awful. Yeah. And I don't know who to blame it on, and I don't want to place any blame on it. And there's no political structure in my mind. All I know is that in the last 2 or 3 years, especially, it's like quadrupled. It really
it's gone from bad to worse.
It went from 1 or 2 tents around town to 20 under the bridge right by me. Wow. I live across the street from a Dodger, 3 blocks away from Jack Osborne.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And the neighborhood that I live in, I rent an apartment. Okay. My $25,000 a year rental.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. It literally is like, what do I do? You know, how do I deal with this? Like I'm in $1 million neighborhood, really. I'm not a millionaire, but I'm in $1 million neighborhood. And it's not cool. This is a dump. This is reserved only for downtown Los Angeles. What is going on with my neighborhood in the Valley is honestly what I would have a thought. That's my thought, because I'm fucking real. I'm not gonna pull. I'm like, what is going on, man? That's why I don't live in downtown LA. That's why I don't live in the middle of Manhattan. That's why I don't live in the middle of Chicago. Yeah, I don't want to see deplorable violence and homelessness in those, because you do see them in those 3 cities. And so driving back and forth, I just all of a sudden I said, okay, now you got to help people now. All of a sudden now you can't not be helping people. Now you got to help people, because I got unemployment. And as soon as I got unemployment, I drove by that guy one day with some money, and I said, and I think it was like, you know, whatever, the end of March. And I was like, okay, here's $20. He was like, oh, nice. Man, thank you, man. Wow. Nice. Wow, man. I do a good wide track. Wow. He goes, wow, man. I was thinking about this, man. Like someone's coming, man. I felt it. And he tells this story later, and it's friggin' weird, man. Wow. And he says that earlier that day he read the Bible, and and the Bible said you cannot accept Jesus until you accept his son. You cannot accept the Lord until you accept his son. And then I came up later that day, and he would never have talked to a guy like me, and he thought that I was one of these crazy tweaker dudes down the way, you know, with all the tattoos and everything. And he was just like, wow, man, this guy, like, wow, look at this guy, you know. And so the next day, you know, I just start driving up onto the path. I have a scooter. I literally start driving up onto the path that he's on. Hey man, what's up? Now I got my full face helmet on. I'd go, hey man, it's me, Anthony. I gave you $20 the other day. Here's another 10 later. And I just drive away. I did that for like a week, you know. Because I didn't want to, bro. I was still like sketchy. I didn't want to stop. I didn't want to talk. You know. And then he had the mask on, and I'm gonna say that George Floyd was killed, and then 2 days later, I said to him, I stopped him and I said, "Hey man, how you doing?" He goes, "Oh man, I'm good, man, I'm good. Just a little down. I said, what's going on? Because I got to get some stuff together, man. My stuff's in there. I'm like, what do you mean your stuff's in there? And he points at the storage place. And he said, that's my stuff. That's my bass gear's in there. all my bass gear. I don't want to freaking cry right now. So all my bass gear's in there. I'm like, okay, what's up, dude? Like, what do you need? And he goes, I think I need to pay my rent or whatever. I'm like, okay.
How much?
Why not? I didn't even say that. I said, why is all your bass gear? And they're like, what's, you play bass? Cause I've done this kind of stuff before with people, and sometimes people bullshit you. You know what I mean? To get money out of you. Yeah. You can't blame them sometimes, but I was like, okay, what do you play bass? Yeah, okay. I literally said, okay, man, sure, you play bass. Who do you play bass with? What'd you do? What do you mean you play bass? He's like, oh man, I play bass with all kinds of people. And he started rattling off these names, and my head just popped off.
Yeah.
And I was like, Leon Russell, Joe Cocker.
Wow.
I'm like,
wow.
He goes, I'm the bass player on the song Burn Rubber by the Gap Band. That's me playing synth clav and bass.
Wow.
Yeah. Killer. And I'm like, get out of here, man. I go, what's your name? He goes, Victor Wide Track Hill. And I'm like, okay. Because I do this. Like, this is what I've helped all the homeless people. Hey, man, can I help you? What's your name? Can I find your mom, dad, whatever? Boom. Bam, click. I go, whoa. It's right there in front of me. There he is. Couple credits here and there. He starts telling me a story about he screwed out of all these credits, and he worked for this guy in the Gap Band, and for many years, for whatever reason, I don't want to put words in his mouth. Yeah. He wasn't credited properly, and he wasn't paid the royalties that he's availed to him. So he's always had money. He said he's like, man, I've always had money. I always take care of my things and everything, man. But I'm just like in a bad. I'm like, okay, like what's the deal? Like how much you need? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, okay. So I go over there. The lady's like, oh, it was like $260. So I thought it was like outrageous that he pays that much money for storage. It was like $265 for the rent.
For a lot of months, right?
For 1 month. Yeah, I was like, holy shite from Shinola. Wow. So I go home and I just go on my Facebook page and say, yo, there's this guy, and he can't even believe it, but he's like a known dude. I got to get the money to get for him, and just started popping off dough. And the next morning I had I swear I had like over $1,000. And wow. No, I had like $980 or something. And I paid 2 months rent, back rent, and then gave him like $350 or whatever it was. And when I came out, you can't write this, and I haven't really spoke about this. There was a guy screaming at me, why are you helping that N, you N-loving white M and F-er? Why are you helping that N? What? Don't help that N. Help me. Don't help that N. And I'm like, what? Are you talking to me? Because I thought I went to another world, because I immediately saw my hand going through his face. Like
I was about to say.
I was like, what is happening here? What? Me? I go, dude, get out of here right now. My friend Sean was with me, and he was just like, whoa. I said, okay, get out of here. And he was like, no, man, F this, F. I'm like, get out of here. And I ended up picking up his bike and throwing it at him and hitting him with his bicycle and telling him to get the hell out of there. His bicycle looked like the tweaker version of the Millennium Falcon. It had about 62 Ralphs and Bonds bags hanging off the side with a bunch of various socks and doodads and cum rags and bullshit hanging out of there. And I was like, okay, bro. So then after he mouthed off to me some more, it was crap all over the place. And I was like, dude, do you want like a flying scissor punch? Yeah. Because I got all kinds of moves. I'm seeing them in my head.
He needs some pump therapy.
Oh my God. But at the same time, to be honest with you, dude, I was so upset. I never wanted to hug someone and friggin' ask someone what was up and figure out their problem at the same time, beat the shit out of them in my whole life. Yeah. I was like, whoa. So yeah. So then he's like, and I'm like, dude, you know what? Why don't you just stay right there? The cops drive by about every 5 minutes. I'm sure they're interested in everything that's in your bags.
They can help you.
And with that, like he was gone. So and Victor's on the other side going, kick his ass. I can like hear him screaming, kick his ass from the other side of the car. Oh so my God. I go back there and I go, man, what the hell? He goes, because that's the shit I deal with every day. I go, huh? He goes, yeah. So I took him to the hotel that night. I got him into his hotel. And once we got him dough, and then he had money, and then I said, okay, like I'm done with all of the donator dough. I've got your dough now. He's like, how much is this place again? And I was like, it's 132 a night. He goes, oh, fuck that. I'm moving out of this place right away.
He probably knew a place for like $20 a night.
He was we went to a place. We got him in a place. It's like $300 a week, and it's nice, and the ladies are cool, and they understand. Can I tell you something, man? I'm just, to be honest with you, Victor's gonna need a wellness call soon, and he's gonna be in a home. Soon.
Oh
yeah, Victor's in bad shape, man. Victor's body's wrecked. Victor's in really bad shape. We've got him at that hotel and doing the best I can to keep him happy and give him like a little bit of a life and leave him alone, because it got to the point where he felt like everything was, there was a little puppet master going on with like Wyatt, and as a guy that wasn't entirely crushingly devastatingly homeless, the guy really just needed help bad. Because if you see this, like, he needs help to get to his doctor's appointments for pain medications. He needs help with his memory. I gave him an old Garmin GPS because he cannot use a regular smartphone. He doesn't know how to use it. So I gave him this old Garmin GPS. It's like, he can actually type in the address, and then it goes click, click, and it's make a left, make a right,
And this is a guy who most of us have probably heard him on the radio. We've heard his music.
You definitely have. And so he's told speech or something like that, studios in Dallas, and people were just absconding with rights and royalties and play on this record, do this, here's 250, here's 250, here's 250. And they never get credited. And now in the day and the age of electronic music and digital formats and all this kind of stuff, he's got money coming to him. So I got him some money from SAG-AFTRA.
Good.
Got him some back royalties, and he's doing a lot better, but
may not be enough yet.
Yeah, no, it's physical. It's more physical and mental, and just
wow.
At 63 years old, it's not an old age to be, but he had a diabetic coma like 15 years ago, and that is really what started the whole kind of downward spiral with his health. But he's such a fantastic dude. He's really funny. He sends his great messages here. I'll put my glasses on for your viewers.
I almost wish you could have.
I'll put my glasses on for your lady viewers,
because he probably has some phenomenal stories to tell.
Oh, he does have phenomenal stories. He's ridiculous. I mean, he was telling me these stories about how when he went to, first moved out to LA, he was staying at Joe Cocker's Malibu mansion.
Wow.
Malibu beach house.
Yeah.
And it was all from that one song, get by a little help from my friends. Like, yeah. So it was all from like that one tune. So Victor on a daily basis, we text each other back and forth. I mean, we text each other all the time. I'm great. We are blessed. Having a beautiful vision and dreams of getting back on stage and bringing the house down with you, my friend, staying focused. Nice. He fell. So last week he texted me, man, I just fell walking into the bathroom. There was nothing of a miracle. So there's a lot of that kind of stuff going on with him.
And the body doesn't respond like it did 15 years ago.
And then I said, well, Victor, this is the reason why you got to go here, and you got to be able to take it. No, man, fuck that. I don't go. So,
old school and independent.
We've got him a minivan. You buy someone a $2,000 used car, it's going to be, it's a $2,000 used car.
Yeah.
So every other
it's going to have some issues.
I'm not doing the Facebook Lives from Pep Boys every 3 days because it's not an exciting sound.
We could probably make that happen.
But it's like, and then Pep Boys sends me some Uber Lyft the other day. I'm like, why? And then I called with Pep Boys. I'm like, why are you sending me an Uber Lyft? I'm like, are you trying to send Victor an Uber Lyft? He's like, yeah. I'm like, shit. I go, Victor, your car? Okay. Oh yeah, man. I just had to get another $200 to wear. I'm like, all right. So, but it's good. He's got a budget. Dude, I got him on EDD. I got him on unemployment.
Good.
The guy got more money than me.
Which is amazing in this day and age, because, if you can get unemployment, holy crap. I mean,
well, it's funny because in California, as a musician, as an independent contractor, if you've just worked for a couple, I'm actually getting unemployment from KISS. When I was working for KISS, last year,
Wow.
teching and running around with Eric and doing some stuff. They want to put me on payroll, and because they put me on payroll, then I was in the system. So thank you.
That's,
Gene
you know
and Paul,
what though,
Gene and Paul payroll.
That's the story. Definitely, it tugged at my heartstrings because I was smiling. I was so proud, and I don't mean this in a condescending way, but I was so proud of the way you embraced him, and you were like, no, I'm gonna help. You know, again, it touched me, and I wanted you to tell the story and share it with those that may have missed it.
Yeah, man, he's just a great guy, and it was just at the moment anybody would have done the same exact thing. I'm telling you right now, if anybody would have done the same thing. As you're talking to this guy, you're thinking, that doesn't sound like a big hurdle.
Yeah,
and at the time, the world was standing still, and people were presenting themselves every day as needing a hand, and it was like, and I was just like, wow, man, how lucky am I right now? I just get to. I'm going to sit back. I have enough for the studio. I got enough for the rent over there and a few hundred for this. I'll keep those 2 students. Okay. All right. Okay. The food's coming in.
You're crunching numbers.
I was crunching numbers, man. And then I thought, well, until they figure this all out, I'm just going to sit back and not comment because I don't deal with politics or science or medicine.
You have to, if you're a musician, you have to be able to roll with the punches. And anybody in this day and age has got to be able to roll with the punches. Everyone knows. I mean, I'm a normal guy. I have a real job, and then I'm doing my show, and I'm in my bands, and I'm doing. It's my life is. Oh, and by the way, I'm a husband and a dad, and I still pick up my own dog crap and mow my own yard unless I can get the kid to do it. And so we have this life that we've created, and it's go go go, and everything changed. In fact, I got let go 3 weeks ago. And it was half the office got let go, and I'm not ashamed about it. I start another job here in 2 weeks. I mean, I'm a mortgage broker. I can write loans. Yeah. I'm gonna have another job. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
But you have to be flexible. You have to be able to go, okay, what am I gonna do? And not just sit there and wait for it, but go, okay, let me pick up the pieces and see which ones I can fit together like Legos and build something different.
Well, it's funny because, like, especially for my career, man, with the exception of a couple years in Europe with some bands and the D and head PE and stuff like that, most of my freaking boring dude was fucking just nightmare, fly by the seat of your pants, and every day it's changing. I mean, even the Bullet Boys, I mean, God bless those guys. They couldn't get the fucking singer to the airport, let alone drums to the gig. I mean, so it was like, I mean, we're just used to like all this inconvenience and this grouping of inconvenience. You know what I mean, if you will. It's like, hey man, today, okay, you're leaving on Friday. Now you're leaving on Saturday. Okay, fine, whatever. Yeah. Layover 6 hours.
Now it's 18 hours.
Whatever. Yeah. So it's like, now it's like, okay, you can't go here. You can. Now you can go in, but you got to wear a mask. But now we're saying, oh, Fauci now is running around saying you don't need to wear a mask and it's stupid. Listen, I'm not listening to anybody anymore.
I have a Darth Vader mask, and so it's black and it looks like Darth Vader with two lightsabers, like it looks like a pirate mask with Darth Vader. I love wearing it. I've got one with superheroes on it. It's like, except for they get hot here in Texas, and LA is the same.
I wear this one a lot, and then it's really because it's really thin and it's nice because I just with some dish soap at the end of the night I just clean it out, rinse it out really nice, and let it dry, and it's fine the next day. And I throw it on when I need to put it on, and I look at everybody when I'm wearing it like, I'm so sorry that we're going through this. I love you. Like, I literally try to look at everybody with my face. Like, I walk into the markets and I see the ladies looking at me like, oh, I hate you. Stay away from me. And I'm trying to say with my eyes, it's okay. It's gonna be okay, honey. I swear, we're in it together. Like, I just want to fucking hug everybody.
Oh my God. Okay, so I'm a hugger. And I've been lucky that I've been able to play a couple venues here in Dallas, a couple live streams. And I wasn't ready for the first one that we played. It was at Lava Cantina, Rebel Yell, doing our Billy Idol thing. And people come up to you like it's normal every day, and they're giving you hugs, and you're like, because I was on restriction. I was okay with it because I still had phone and television privileges. So I wasn't, freaked out. And people come up and start hugging you, and you don't, you don't know how to react, and I'm not.
And you know
what I
To be
mean?
totally honest with you, I ain't doing any of those. I had someone ask me to do a Monsters of Rock cruise simulcast, podcast, live stream, McGillicuddy, High Cut Circus, whatever it is. And I was like,
you're like, no.
I'm just because I just don't know whose protocols, who's going to be doing what. And then I was watching some of them, and it's like every other fucking guy doesn't have a mask on, is walking right by you. And listen, if I don't know how we look, Rick, I went to go see Rock of Ages on March 13th. I have the ticket stub. Okay. The guy went into the hospital on March 20th. His name is Nick Cordero, and he died. Okay. And when I left March 13th, I was so fucking happy for that cast and crew and the band. The band had rehearsed here.
Oh, wow.
We did like 4 or 5 rehearsals here. I was so happy for that band. You know why? I thought, wow, finally, this shit show of a scene here in Hollywood that's been nothing but bottle service and twat licking friggin' Lindsay Lohan, Britney Spears wannabes suddenly become Rock Dog Palace again. We might get our rock club. We might get our rock spirit back here. And these guys are going to bring it. And Nick Cordero was my messiah.
And
because that guy was so friggin' good. I remember telling my girl, my date, I was like, I cannot believe how good that guy is. And like, he was 6'3" and like 200 something pounds, kind of like real big dude, and dancing, bouncing around, singing his ass off. Unfucking believable. Healthy as an ox.
Couple weeks later.
That's why I wear this mask.
Yeah.
And anyone who wants to talk smack, this is the only reason why I wear the mask, because I just saw this guy die.
Okay, so
and then my friend Dave DeRue, just posted that he was one of those naysayers over and over again, bass player for Edema, and he got COVID, and he nearly had to go to the hospital and be put on a respirator. That was
the guy
a week ago.
The guy, Duane, and his wife, who own Platinum, where we happen to practice, he's in an induced coma, on a ventilator. He's doing better, but he got COVID. And
there's too many, April's cousin. April Samuels from Breast Cancer Can Stick Its cousin was stricken with COVID, was in for months in ICU and just got out a couple of weeks ago.
Amy and April and I talk about it, and I'm like, I tell her, I'm like, sweetheart, you do what's right for you. Don't worry what the rest of the world thinks. If you're not comfortable, you got to stay safe for you. And I've privately talked to a couple people that were shaming people for wearing the mask. And I got to tell you, I like my mask. I'm okay with it. And I'm a responsible adult. I have my immature moments, and I make mistakes. I raise my hand and go, hey, I screwed up. But I don't have a problem. Wear the mask. I go into stores and it says no shirts, no shoes, no service. Okay, what's the big deal? I got to put on clothes to go get a Slurpee. I can live with that. Got to put on a mask.
Man, and we really don't. Just like we cannot comment on what the virus is doing, how it's traveling, how its pathogens affect you, me, or my 3-year-old cousin, or my 80-year-old girlfriend's mother. We can't say how those things. I have no baseline. Yeah, I don't know what we do. Like, it's changing all the time. And then who's like, hey man, this is BS. This is BS. A tough guy seemingly who's okay with not wearing a mask and going out in public, and now he's completely changed his course and he's totally freaked out. And we have no way to tell, Rick, how this is affecting people mentally. We don't know what it's doing to these people mentally. And how many people out there right now are in the midst of a pandemic that are sad and that are lonely and that have been mistreated and that have been misguided in the past, and now they are completely befuddled. They don't know what to believe.
They're cut off from everything.
And just the other day I was out and I saw some guy, he had a mask on and he had a shield on and he had gloves on and he had booties on. And he got out of his car and he went into the friggin' do-it center that I went into with the mask on to return something. And I only went in with a mask because I have a lot of these things around right now. I got a whole bunch of these when it first hit. And these things, if you were a boozer, you would get so effed up on this.
Don't joke about that, because we were in Specs and they were selling gallons of 80 proof hand sanitizer. And I made a comment to somebody. I'm like, I'm the idiot that's going to go home and be like, take a sample. Let's taste it.
I'm pretty sure this is Jack Daniel's hand sanitizer. I'm not kidding.
Everything else is tequila.
No, I'm not. Dude, I mean, I shit you not. If I wasn't totally stone cold sober off of booze now for like 11 years, I might honestly, would you really get sick from this? I might try a shot of this and see what it does. Because this is so gnarly. I mean, when I first put this on my head, I was like, holy shit. So anyway, point is, I have this everywhere.
So do we. In fact, my wife has it in the little pocket of her backpack.
And then when we come out around before I leave, then I shoot this around before I leave.
Oh, yes.
out the door in the hallway. Before I go out in the hallway, I go, COVID gnats. Whatever.
COVID gnats. Oh, my God.
Because, dude, I'm not being, because honestly, okay, let me go back. The guy with the boots and the shit on, right? I was like, whoa, here's my thought. You fucking fruitcake. What are you doing, you nutbag?
Nope.
In my head. And then I thought, wow. He is so twazzed out by this. I don't know how he's affected by this. He could be like a very, very sick guy, and he has to go to the store.
Do your thing.
That was like my next thought. You know what I mean? Like my first thought was like, what the fuck? Ghostbusters? Like, what are you doing? Like, really? But of course, that's gonna be like but man, you can't do that because everyone's so affected by this differently.
You can't shame anyone because honestly, we are all affected differently. And you might think it, and you may chuckle in the back of your mind, and you're not going to hell for that, but you cannot give them crap. You're just like, dude, you do you. Right on, brother. You go to the store and get your ho-hos or your ding-dongs and, go back home and be safe.
Dude, in the beginning of April, I went into Home Depot. And it was literally like a pickup only type of thing. No, not Home Depot. It was, I'm sorry, Best Buy. And it was like a pickup only in the car, open up. And I was waiting for a long time. And I walked up and there was other people online 6 feet apart. And two ladies didn't have any masks on.
Oh, wow.
And they kind of went like, as I walked by, they went. And I thought, you're wacky. You're wacky. You're wacky.
Wow.
You just yelled at me because I wanted to put a rubber on before I boned your daughter.
They should be shaking your hand.
You're wacky.
Wow.
I just want to protect myself, Sheila. I won't even say Karen. I'll call her Sheila now.
I'm just waiting for the full body condoms to come out. I'm just saying, it's
look, man, like we said, it's like you can look at them and go like, holy shit, what are you doing? But like I can't laugh at someone like that because I also saw like a second later after I was being a judgmental idiot in my head. I saw the look on the guy's face, and it couldn't have been more serious and more real. And I was like, I was done thinking that I fucking knew more than him.
You know what? And that's a beautiful moment where you can go, I was wrong. Here you go, raising my hand. You know what? I've had an epiphany. I'm going to change my point of view. And there's nothing wrong with that. The best lessons in life are learned that way. I have no problem with that at all.
I had a couple people hit me up like the first couple of days because I was very skeptical in the way that it was being presented. And one of my friends sent me some data, and I was just like, wow, dude, thank you.
Like, I have a lot of friends that are nurses and doctors, and so I kind of quit watching the news. And one of them is a respiratory therapist, actually for the VA, which I'm big on veterans. So I talk to them all the time, and they're like, listen, it's serious, but you have to be cautious, follow the guidelines, wear your mask, wash your hands, and don't take it lightly, but don't quit living either. And I'm like, okay, how do we find the balance? I haven't figured it out yet. I'm working on it.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't found the balance yet either, but
we will.
I do know that as long as I'm in Los Angeles and I keep seeing stories and Barbara Ferrer, the health administrator that keeps coming on the air, as long as these people keep telling me motherfuckers are dying every day from this and it's serious, I will only
put on a mask.
Yeah, that's it. My
dad was in the Navy. I lived in Japan from 75 to 79. And as a little boy, so I was, right before I turned 10, I remember seeing even back then, if you were sick, they put on little, the little paper masks and rode the subway or the bus or whatnot. That's very common knowledge. And it's like, I always wondered why we don't do that. If you're sick, put a mask on.
Yeah, my friend Eric Singer plays drums for a little band called Kiss. Oops, drop that.
Oops.
And then he told me just last week, he goes, you know, I was in Europe last year and I had a cold and I wore a mask for like a week because I just didn't want to give anybody a cold. And I got like this little black thing and I put it on. Everyone asks, oh, I just have a cold. I don't want to breathe on you.
That's called being responsible. I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
And if I could get them with like vampire teeth and whatnot, oh,
right.
I'm telling you, I like my Darth Vader, but I'm a goofball. I'm
yeah,
I
have a Star Wars one.
You know what I said to April is I want to wear your the pink dinosaur.
Oh yeah.
It's contained. I just want to wear it to the grocery store.
Yeah. Got a little blower in there for some air.
Oh my God! Yeah, put a little HEPA filter on the blower so it's bringing in fresh air. And
exactly.
let me traipse around and go grocery shopping.
Yeah, but who knows where this is going to take us and how this is going to all end up with having to wear masks, walking into places. I'll be totally honest with you. If I was in a band and I had work and I had to work, I would find all of the necessary ways to work. But I'm not looking for any gigs right now.
I've done a couple, and it's
only because I just don't want to be part of a phone call or an article about people at the event that got sick or something happened. I saw something really early on in April about some people in Jersey that said, fuck this. And they all gathered and had a wedding. And then they all, 5 of them died.
Oh.
And it was so bad that the mother was losing her children all week. And they weren't telling her because she was so sick. And then she died.
If everybody, honestly, if we could lock it all down, and I hate to say that because people got to pay their bills. I get it. People got to eat. Yeah, I get it. But if we could just find a way to lock it down and be on restriction, I think we could curb the flow a lot quicker. I think they're going to come out. They're going to come out with vaccines. You know, it's.
I'm hoping.
Hurry up.
You know, hoping in the next 6 months or so they create a.
Oh, I think it'll be less than that. I think it'll be less than that.
That's going to have an effectiveness rate that we need because.
I might grow an extra eyeball or another head or something, but you know, I'll take it. I can have conversations with myself.
Yeah. It's just,
oh my Lord.
They got to start doing some rapid blind some blind tests or something. You know, they need to go into the prisons where the really worst predator criminals are. You know, the ones.
Test it on them.
Just get those guys. Hey, Chucho, come here.
Oh, okay, it's a good thing you and I don't live close to each other because I could just see us. We would get in trouble together.
Yeah. Just go hack on this guy, Johnny, and see what happens to him in 3 days.
I've got a camera and a mic. You want to go film? They're doing some testing over at the prison. Let's go watch.
I know, right? Well, look, man, for every person that spews about having to get out there and get something done, go fucking get something done.
There you know what I mean?
Go get yourself a creep.
You know,
fucking find someone with COVID and go do some experiments.
Oh my God. I actually canceled 2 trips to Cabo just because I'm like, I'm not going out of the country. I'm not traveling. As bad as I want to be away, not doing it. Not doing it.
Round trip airfare to New York is $275 right now, and I'm not going.
My God.
Even though,
can you buy it now and use it in a year?
I don't know. That's a good idea. Even though I would probably end up just self-quarantining myself up at the lake house because my family kind of has a bunch of lake houses, my mom's side of the family, and I'd probably just stay up there for 2 weeks anyway.
Yeah.
The whole thing just makes me go, oh God, I don't know. I just don't. First off, I don't want to touch anything yet. I don't know if I can touch it an hour later and then touch my face. I don't know that. That hasn't been proven yet, right?
No.
Okay, so then now I'm done.
Yeah.
That's it.
As a musician and as a drummer, because again, I'm touching. I think about my drum set like, oh my God, how long is it going to sit on the head?
Walk into the gig and only use the sticks all day to do everything.
Tape them around your hands.
Your phone, you gotta eat. Everything's like reverse, really difficult chopsticks. Like,
oh my God! Here, let me pick up that.
You know,
what's funny is, you know, through this whole thing, I'm putting a little. jazz acoustic kit together, because we've gotten together at a friend's house and actually live stream from there. And I've been playing a djembe, you know, but I want to put a little something, play brushes. I've even thought of going like full Violent Femmes, snare and brushes only. Like, again, I don't care that I'm not in front of a lot of people. I just want to play. And I have not been on the bandwagon recording myself and putting it out there. I've been watching yours going, God, I should set up some cameras. Just
man. It's fun. I started to do some stuff early on where I just was like filming myself, like some of the little kids rock stuff that I just did with some of the Miramonte Elementary School, Jose Vergara's class. Those were just freaking just my iPhone camera. The latest one I just did that they're going to debut Thursday night. I don't know when this is going to air. Are we on live right now?
No, we're recording.
Okay, good.
We're live with you and me. I mean, we're live.
I'm just saying. So this Thursday, the 23rd, littlekidsrock.org is having a benefit, including Bonnie Raitt, and John Cicada.
Oh wow!
And Liberty DeVito.
Holy cow!
And yours truly. And just a bunch of cool people that are lending their talents and their time. And Little Kids Rock is so friggin' amazing. And dude, they have brought music to like 400,000 kids in like 43 school districts across the country.
That is, you know what? They've got one here in Dallas, and the gal's name is Patty, and she actually does Chicks Rock and Dudes Rock, and there's summer camps. And cool. I every time I want to make time. I'm so busy. I want to go actually spend a week in the class with the kids.
You should, man. It's fun.
Like, holy crap. Because people always chuckle at me, but when I get off stage, and I'm just a local guy. I'm not doing it nationally.
All right.
If a kid comes up to me and goes, can I get a drumstick? I will go back in my bag and get you a pair of chewed up sticks every single time. Because if we can inspire the next generation of musicians, then I don't need to stand.
You're not giving them the new ones because those are like $10 bill.
Yeah, no, trust me.
Junior, you get the used ones, Junior.
I'm not endorsed.
You get the used ones, Junior. Well, I give the used ones away too.
I've got a 5-gallon bucket I keep of practice sticks, and I take my live. I've got my kits that are just for live gigs, and when the snare head comes off, it becomes my practice kit snare head. And it goes from there to we'll sign it and throw it out. And it's like, holy crap. You have to recycle. You cannot waste anything.
Rick Hare's conveyor belt of usage.
Oh, I've got it down to a science now. I've got 5-gallon buckets of sticks. And it's like, I might need to take 4 of those with me to the gig.
Yeah, I got one of those in the corner. It's like a friggin' it's like a wicker basket. It's got 3 different drumstick endorsements over the last 10 years, busted up sticks in there.
The best part is when you haven't gone to the store to buy sticks, and you need something, you start picking through and go, well, that's not so chewed up. I can play with that one.
Dude, you want to see the sticks I'm using right now? Hold on.
You're a punk drummer, so they're going to be tore up.
First off.
We're mobile. Here we go.
We're going mobile.
Oh my Lord.
We're going mobile just because it's worth it.
Everyone bear with us. Here we go. We're going down the boom room rabbit hole.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. So
nice.
I got these jammies today.
Yeah.
I'm playing with these sucker MCs. And these are the Eric Singer signature Zildjian models.
Okay.
And I always ask them, did they make these for men?
Wait, what size are those?
So short. They're so short.
Yeah, they're the little midget ones. Only on my show. And just like that, we get a drum solo out of Tiny.
Yeah, it's like I'm using whoever's sticks are around right now. That's the truth.
Yeah.
I'm literally
oh my Lord, I love
I'm literally trying my best to like ration everything. And then Promark and Diodario just reopened like 2 weeks ago, but they said, sorry, we're not handling any endorsement needs right now until like further notice.
Any endorsement needs? Whoa. Let's go back to, you're not even, I cannot get ProMark Naturals. I've been to every Guitar Center. I can't find them anywhere. I'm like, you're killing me, people.
I'm going to go put the camera back on the other side. Here we go. Bye.
You say bye, but really we're still with you. We didn't really go anywhere.
Really, it's the boom room. Yeah.
I love it.
It's a boom room. Okay, so this camera that I decided that I was going to make all of a sudden the mobile camera.
Yeah.
We're back.
Hey, we're back.
And we're back. Hi, how you doing?
With words from our sponsor.
Well, I just thought I'd give you some added value for that, give you some more silly for your buck.
That is the first time on my show that I've had somebody stop and be like, we're going to go do a drum solo for you real quick.
Was it overblown? I hadn't checked any of the levels.
No. It sounded pretty good. I was
okay, good.
And it was the great drummer cam over your shoulder, where you get to see everything. Oh my God. So I'm going to tell you, honestly, I'm so excited watching your videos every week. Please keep posting them out there. Please. I love it.
I will. I'm gonna keep making fun of myself and
love it.
Entertaining the people. You know what I mean?
Love it.
It is what it is. I'm a caveman and I just beat the drums and I drag them into the cave and I make a fire.
Oh my Lord. That's why we get along. Because I'm just, you know what? I'm an idiot. I know I'm an idiot. Yeah. I do stupid stuff. I can't pick on somebody else because they'll get butthurt. I can pick on me all day long. I find it amusing. And
the only thing that saved me when I was growing up was listening to different kinds of music. That's the only thing that saved my ass. Because I can claim I'm a meathead, I'm a caveman, all I want, but there's a lot of scat diddly bop in there. There's a lot of Buddy Rich, there's a lot of Liberty DeVito in there.
Oh yeah.
And it's all those little things that I bring to like my rock dog shit that makes it way different than any other guy that's in that Clubber Lang kind of category.
Nice.
Just straight beat. Because I just love being able to just have grace notes and dynamics and flurries and things that all came from just the dynamic music of Billy Joel and the jazz music of
Lord.
Rich.
You know what's funny is I've also been watching a lot of Rich's stuff. And Rich has been, he's got his podcast now and he's doing his teaching. And I'm going to tell you what, when this is all over and we're allowed to get out and about, I definitely want to come out to LA and just, even if it's like a long weekend and just hang out just to, oh my God, I want to come see the Boom Room. And like I said, for those of you that don't know.
I have so much room here now in the loft. I have a big blow up mattress. And then I also have I just put it 2 really awesome eye-bolt lag bolts, and I have really big hands. So if you want an Airbnb, you can stay here.
And nobody's going to get mad if I play at 3 in the morning.
Nope.
Oh, my Lord. Tiny, dude, thank you so much for hanging out. Would you do it again sometime?
Yeah, man, of course. Oh, good.
Are you following, are you doing fundraising for Drumathon?
So, you know what we should do? The next one we should do? The next thing that we should do is you and I should go on live maybe next week or the week after, and I will do the whole thing. Walk me through.
You wanna?
Yes. Can I tell you in all honesty? I have had somebody do my paperwork, check my writing. Even when I used to work for Modern Drummer, I used to write articles for Modern Drummer. Yeah, I would send them to Sean Kennedy, my buddy. Shout out to Sean Kennedy, who writes books with Liberty DeVito. I would send them to my buddy Sean Kennedy, and I would say, "Please read this and make sure I'm not an idiot." And then he would send it back to me. So
he'd be like, "This looks great, but you're still an idiot."
I'm always having someone help me or proofread anything that has lots of words on it because I
understood everything you said in sign language. That made sense.
Day by day, oh dear Lord.
Oh my God.
But that was my funny that was a 70s reference of a whole bunch of things right there. And that's not me making fun of deaf people, please.
Oh, okay. Again, we're maybe just a little bit older than a lot of folks.
Yeah.
We're We're knocking on 20.
Hair. How about Hair on Broadway? Anyway.
Oh my Lord. Yeah, thank you.
No,
you know what?
dude,
I'm gonna get with Mr. Rose. We're gonna figure something out because Drumathon is coming up.
Everything about Drumathon is incredible, and I do want to do one of those fundraisers. And I do want, because in the years previously, I almost wasn't even able to go because I was on tour, the band or something was going on. So there was something taking a lot of precedence or a lot of preferential, a lot of time. I was like, but now with COVID, hey, I've got some time open for some projects, and this is definitely something that I want to. I don't know that I'm going to die. I'm not going to dye my butt hair pink or anything. In the end, we might be able to braid them.
You would look great with pink hair. Hey, JC did his beard pink and then shaved it off.
Crazy man. Yeah.
Hey, you know what though? And don't remind her. But April owes me a pie in the face from last year, and she still hasn't hit me.
Oh, really? So she owes you a pie in the face from last year.
Oh my God!
Don't tell her that April Samuels owes you a pie in the face.
Coconut cream is my favorite. I'm just saying. Oh my Lord. Thank you again. Over the next week or two, we're going to be talking, and we may have to drag a couple of people into this and do some fundraising.
Cool, man. Hit me up. I'm always ready to spew some silliness and some realness for an hour.
You've got my cell number. If you ever just get bored and you just want to, I'll go for hours with you. I really.
Are you an iPhone guy? What if I FaceTime you just in the middle of the morning when I'm on the toilet?
Send it to me, because the chances are I've already gotten a call from my brother, one of my bandmates on the toilet.
I'll cheat the angle. Don't worry.
Oh my God. You're like, is that Alka-Seltzer, or did you just make a deposit?
Is that a towel bar?
Oh, and it turns out you're in a public restroom doing it.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Are you on the phone?
Hello, McFly.
Exactly. Oh, I did one of those when I did Tiny Talk. I went into a bathroom. I just walked right into the bathroom of the Queen Mary.
Oh my God.
Ink and Iron. And I said, walked right into the bathroom of the Queen Mary and started asking people questions. And out of the men's bathroom stall, you couldn't have wrote this, a girl jumps out, and then a guy comes out a second later.
Well, it was the only thing available.
I'm like, that was good timing.
Oh my Lord.
And
you know what?
Goes, oh, you got a camera and everything. I'm like, yeah, it's a real show, bro.
He's like, please don't show my wife.
He put the money away real quick. Anyway.
Whoa.
Hey, working the room.
Oh Lord. Tiny, thank you so much. We could go on for hours, but we will let everyone loose. Thank you for watching and for tuning in. Again, there's another hour of your life we're not giving back. We're like vampires. We just suck the life right out of you. If you need psychological help, please call your therapist. Do not call me. Do not send me the bill. I will not pay it. I've got my own issues. That's why I'm me. I have issues. If you like the show, follow us on Facebook. If you're in a band and eventually, well, right now, if you're streaming anything from the house, post it to my page, please. Let's get some music out there for people that are stuck at home. If you want to follow us, we're on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. You can follow us on our Roku channel, and you can follow us on our Amazon Fire channel. And for those of you that have been listening, go to inthepitwithrick.com, download the app, and when we come out of timeout, you can use the calendar to promote your bands. It's a free app. The calendar's free. Put the venue, put the band name, put where you're playing. It's something that I want you all to be able to use to get people out to see your shows when we're allowed to go out. Please stay safe. Please don't, if you think you're going crazy, reach out. There are plenty of us that are going crazy with you. We love to talk. And trust me, we're all going through this together. We'll figure it out. And for those of you still buying ding dongs, please stop. I have not found a box of ding dongs. Dude,
no ding dongs in your
Walmart has been out for weeks now, and I'm like, I'm down to my last box, and I'm rationing them.
What about devil dogs? Look at this guy on my shoulder. He's like, what's that?
Dude, where was he the whole show? You could have put him on top of the mic.
Hey, man, what's going on over there, guys?
Oh, that's greatness. Oh, my Lord.
Devil dogs.
Again,
all right.
I'm Rick. This is Tiny. We're on Concert Connection, and we will see you in the pit.
See ya.